me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's why we're doing the hurricane. Ha! If you've been to Mardi Gras, if you've been to New Orleans, you have seen this drink as people parade themselves down the streets in huge hurricane glasses filled with hurricanes. It's served everywhere. It is so popular with the tourists and pushed in that direction. So let's talk about how to make one at home that you can bring a little bit of your debaucherous trip down to New Orleans home with you. I did not drink hurricanes when I was in New Orleans. I didn't. I think I had a mint julep when I was there. I was young. I was too young. And that was the worst mint julep I've ever had in my life. My God, that was terrible. It was like drinking, it was like the sweet teas of mint juleps, which is not, my northern blood could not handle that level of sweetness. I'm sorry. The hurricane is a drink that I think is kind of looked down upon. And I'm not really sure why that would be, but I have an idea about why. I think it's because the key ingredient in a hurricane is largely lost. It's a tiki syrup called Fassionola. I think it's made by, if I'm not mistaken, it's produced, and it traditionally is produced by a company called Johnny English or Old English, I forget which. And there's an eBay seller who sells the product, and you can buy it from eBay. It is a pre-made cocktail syrup. Its first ingredient is high fructose corn syrup, but by all accounts, this is the real stuff. That's not to say that you can't do better and that you can't go a more craft route, and that's what we're gonna do today. There are other solutions that people have come up with over the years to make the hurricane. Some people say it's a combination of grenadine and I think Smucker's jam. I'm not gonna go that route. Some people prefer to just use a passion fruit puree or juice or syrup because passion fruit is really the dominant flavor in a Fassionola. And maybe that's something we can explore in another episode. We'll do like a hurricane disambiguation. We'll do like a categories 1 through 5 episode or something like that. That'd be fun. If you guys want to see something like that, let me know. But today we're just gonna make it the way I would make it, the way I wanted to make it, the way I enjoy drinking it, which is with my homemade Fassionola. Recipe I use is not original, to be honest. It's not my own. I'm providing a link in the comments for where you can pick up that recipe and a link to all the ingredients you'll need if you want to venture out and make it yourself. It is accurate to say that passion fruit is the dominant flavor in this, and it is really going to drive it. So if you wanted to take shortcuts and you wanted to develop your own recipe, look at passion fruit at taking the center. Passion fruit is a powerful flavor. If you're looking at the recipe, you're going to notice there's actually not that much passion fruit juice in it in comparison to the other ingredients. It still drives it all the way. That is the main flavor. So I've got my homemade Fassionola hurricane juice here, hurricane syrup. I should also say that Cocktail & Sons now makes a better Fassionola. They make it seasonally, sells out really quick. If I'm not mistaken, they're a Louisiana-based, New Orleans-based brand. Make a fantastic Fassionola syrup from what I understand. I haven't been able to get my hands on any yet. If they want to send me some, I would happily accept it and revisit this. Let me know, guys. It gets great reviews, so if you can get your hands on that, that might be another way to go too. And the other thing too is, speaking of that, just to clarify, when you go to the eBay store to buy the English Fassionola, it comes in 3 colors, red, green, and gold. I've read about this, pretty sure that they are just 3 colors, just different dyes. Red would be the most typical way to go with the hurricane. So you're gonna need a hurricane glass, or maybe you don't need one, but that's what I'm gonna use. If you have it, that's great. If you don't, I don't think there's a cocktail gel. You'll be fine, it won't matter. So let's just get right into it and make this thing. I've talked all about it. We're gonna need my shaker. I'm gonna start with a ½ ounce of lime juice. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but in my head, pretty much 24 hours a day, The Lonely Frog is playing. It's the only song I can think about. I'm a lonely frog. ½ ounce of lime juice. I want 3/4 ounce of my Fassionola. Might have been a slightly fat pour, but that's okay. And I need 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed orange juice. I've chosen not to make you suffer through the boredom of watching me juice an orange. We want to put 2 ounces of rum in this, and I'm going to do a split on that. I want to do 1 ounce of a funkier Jamaican style rum. And typically when I need a funkier Jamaican style rum, I reach for Smith & Cross, so that's the way I'm gonna go. If you wanted something a little more mellowed, an Appleton Estate 12 year would be fine here. Maybe even overkill. And I'm gonna put in 1 ounce of this Haitian rum bourbon court. Slightly different character. I don't have the language for this, but the banana funk in a Smith & Cross is much more aggressive and astringent, whereas it's a little on the sweeter side in the bourbon court. I almost normally make my drinks with 2 of these ice cubes, but we're gonna go with 3 here because we have a little bit more, we're looking for a little more volume. And I'm gonna crack them all. I'm not gonna pulverize them, but I am gonna try and crack them all. If one of them cracks in such a way that it leaves slightly bigger pieces, that's fine. We're gonna open pour most of this. That'll be the ice that's in the glass. Now, one of the things you see me do, or you don't see me do, is that I usually hammer this. That's actually something I do, I shouldn't do. It's not really necessary. You don't need to smash this together, or you shouldn't. If you start slow, the air inside of here will start to get cold, and that actually contracts, and it pulls it all together, and it creates the seal. So start slow, it starts to get cold, you can feel it getting a little colder, and hopefully this should actually be sealed now and I can go wild. That was a good shake. Hurricane glass coming in. Woo! Woo! We got a Category 5 hurricane in the vicinity. I don't know why I felt that was necessary at all. I'm gonna open pour. We're gonna pour the whole thing in there. I'm gonna garnish that with pineapple wedge, and I wanna stack that with some cherries. And if we wanted to go crazy, we could dress this up a little further. And of course, a long straw to drink this with. Just be careful to work it down in there around our ice. And let's give this beautiful looking hurricane a taste. Oh my God, what a delicious looking drink. Oh, that's great. Whoa, man. So this is awesome. Dangerously easy to drink. It is one of those things that's immediately accessible. It's definitely not sweet though. It's not too sweet at all. It's not cloyingly sweet. This is really tart, refreshing, kind of a cooler. Sitting on your front porch or by a hammock or on your yacht or down on Bourbon Street when it's 110 degrees out, which it probably will be all summer now forever, and then also all winter. And just need that liquid air conditioning right there in your hand. Man, oh. It just makes me think of, just wish Aloha Hawaii was playing on a ukulele and a slide guitar right now. I know it's not a Hawaiian drink, but it just really kind of, oh, I should actually give you some tasting notes, huh? Some actual flavor notes? Okay, here we go. I get that passion fruit and banana from the rum. And something a little different there just now. What was that? I guess it's the rum funk kind of pulling itself in there. And then the orange and the lime, you don't taste them individually. They do kind of meld into the drink and help bring it all together. Hibiscus, dried hibiscus flowers is an ingredient in the Fassionola syrup. And I think I'm tasting that. I don't know that what else it could be. I mean, there are so many, there's mango and papaya and so many different fruit juices that go into making this. It's a little bit difficult to describe and to pull it apart into individual notes for me. I'm not the most skilled taster, to be honest. It just tastes broadly tropical. I hate to say this, but it does taste a little bit like the best version of an adult Hawaiian punch you've ever had. And I think that is what it tastes like. It tastes like punch. It's great and refreshing and not heavy or too sweet at all. And if I don't end the episode soon, I'm going to drink the whole thing, and I got to do a whole lot of these. So that's a problem for me. So I think I better end it. Boy, does it look good though, doesn't it? It looks fantastic. You guys can agree. It looks fantastic. Although this drink is called a hurricane because the glass is a hurricane glass and it's shaped like a hurricane lantern, I think that maybe it's called a hurricane because of the incredibly powerful and destructive effects it will have on my sobriety. Woo! I'm thinking about that hammock again, though. We really got to get that sucker in here. Pour me some Northern Strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You know what a hurricane is? A hurricane? It's it's a cane they advertise on TV. It's got like 4 foot on it for old people. After I drink a couple of these, I might need a hurricane. Maybe that's why it's called a hurricane. You don't watch a lot of old people TV? Okay. Well, that's what it's usually the commercials on a commercial break for Matlock. Columbo. Murder, She Wrote. Golden Girls. You know, the good stuff.